So really the study of phytochemicals is relatively new compared to many of the vitamins and minerals we have been studying, but we understand that there are substances, chemicals within our foods, if you will, that actually help to do functions that may not mean that if you don't have them, it will cause you to die, but it does definitely enhance some form of the human function in life. And so I would say, if we're going to say that can something enhance your immune system? Well, perhaps it can. It might not be a vitamin, but it could be a a non-nutrient within a food like a phytochemical that is combined with a vitamin, that those two actions together seems to, if you consume it on a regular basis, enhance your life. So phytochemicals, if we were to pull up the hundreds upon thousands of phytochemicals, we would see that some of them tend to reduce the inflammation within the body. Some of them enhance your immune system. Some help to at least deflect DNA damage, and that is something that is formed by free radical damage. So if you are, let's see, breathing in some pollution, and that oxygen combined with other pollutants gets into your system, it can damage your cells, and the DNA within the cells can become damaged. And if those damaged cells replicate, make new cells, then that in fact means that there's going to be more of those and more of those, and that is one example of how inflammation and sometimes cancer is really formed within your body. And so we want to prevent that as much as possible. So if we can find foods that we can consume on a regular basis that help to prevent this, then that is something that is going to enhance quality of life. Some of them are known to enhance your cardiovascular system. Some of them are known to enhance your GI system. A good example of this, I guess, would be some of the components within fiber that help to stimulate your digestive system. Beta carotene is another good example of one of the many, many, many types of nutrients that can function as a phytochemical. No basic things that phytochemicals, non-nutrients, but they can provide us with some health promoting benefits. Now, unlike micronutrients, there are no specific recommendations for phytochemicals. You're not gonna open up a manual and say so and so should consume at least 30 milligrams of beta carotene. No, there are no specific amounts that we know that an individual should consume in order to help promote some type of function within our bodies. But we do know that they must come from foods. We don't know if it is the exact non-nutrient itself. I know I keep saying beta carotene, but there's another example would be lycopene. If it's that exact nutrient by itself, isolated, or if it is that combined with maybe a vitamin or another type of phytochemical that actually offers the health benefit itself. Know that this is another reason why it's so important to have variety in your diet. If you don't, not only are you missing out on good amounts of vitamins and minerals, but these phytonutrients that help maybe decrease your risk of certain types of cancers. And that's where a lot of the studies of nutrigenomics come into hand, is that if we are able to determine, hey, your likelihood of breast cancer, colon cancer, etc., is higher, then hey, these types of phytonutrients, vitamins, non-nutrients are able to help decrease your risk of that particular cancer, then that is where we're trying to focus your attention on. We can't say that for sure if you eat this every single day for the rest of your life that you will not experience that cancer, but we do know percentage wise that we'll take it from one level down to another level, and that's our optimal goal, is to try to decrease risk of disease. All right, so on the slide you see a variety of examples of phytochemicals. You've been hearing me say things like beta carotene or use lycopene, but look at these groups. Now, polyphenols, let's say flavonoids, lignans, these are huge classes of nutrients. And if we were to open up the book, we would see hundreds of different names that fall within these. And you will notice that polyphenols, you'll see a lot, or you might say polyphenols or polyphenols. You'll see these in a lot of grapes, wines, lots of the skins of the fruits. This is an example of why we encourage people not to necessarily peel the fruits that they are consuming or the vegetables that they're consuming, because when you are peeling them off, you really are stripping them of maybe not just vitamins and minerals, but actually these phytonutrients that help to decrease likelihood of disease. So you have chili peppers, capsaicin, flavonoids, citrus, red wine, tomatoes, chocolate, cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous usually are those gas promoting vegetables like onions, cauliflower, broccoli. All of these also help to prevent a lot of different diseases like cardiovascular disease. Flaxseed, berries, whole grains provide you lignans, and so on. Do you need to memorize this list? Absolutely not. It's giving you examples and letting you really connect the idea of variety in the diet and how phytonutrients are plant-based non-nutrients that are not vitamins or minerals but still can enhance quality of life. Continue on this slide. I'll just let you look over this for yourself. You see a few more of these. Let's see. Oh, an example of this might be some of the isoflavones or phytosterols that are found in some of the soy products, and those are tend to be linked to a lot of decreased risk of some of the cardiovascular conditions and also for some cancers, specifically like breast cancer. Now, your textbook would probably tell you that cruciferous vegetables are cool weathered vegetables that are maybe four petaled and they resemble a cross. But if you're not into farming, like many of us have no longer experience with, then that might not mean anything to you. But what we do know is these crucifers, is what they're called. They tend to be those gas promoting vegetables, unfortunately, but they are packed with different types of nutrients that are really great for kind of disease fighting or disease preventing types of, of non-nutrients. And so ounce for ounce, I would say that cruciferous, they have pretty much the best amount of vitamins, minerals, fiber. They have a ton of also phytochemicals. We do know that the fresher they are, the better they are when it comes from getting them from farm to fork. Unfortunately, about 80% of the nutrients are lost between just transport from the actual farm until it gets to your own kitchen. So it's very important if you do have the ability to shop at a local market, if you are able to do maybe one of the farmers markets that you also have here in Waco, but in every town usually has a farmers market. Go out there, support your farmers, your local farmers. They really do need your business. And also, you're getting the best, most fresh vegetables with the highest amount of nutrients for the money that you are paying.